Morning, everybody.
Good morning, Rabbi.
This week's Parsha is Parshas Pinchas. Today is also the 15th day of Tammuz, and today is the yahrzeit. It's the day of passing, the anniversary of the yahrzeit of the Or HaChaim HaKadosh, one of the great rabbis that lived, I would say, about 300 years ago. He was a very, very holy man, many miracle stories. He also made a commentary on the Chumash that is unbelievable. So I'll say one insight on his commentary for today's Parsha. So the Parsha starts off, Vaydaber Hashem Moshe Leimer, God spoke to Moshe to give over. That this was after the story of Pinchas. Pinchas took action after something that happened that was very negative in the camp in front of everybody of the Jewish people. He took action. And some people were a little taken back. And some of the people that were somewhat, close to the person that the action was taken up onto him, they want to retaliate. And what happened was, there was a miracle that Hashem made that the angel came and protected Pinchas from anybody to harm him. So the pasuk says, when the pasuk describes Pinchas, says Pinchas is the son of Elazar, the son of Aaron HaKohen. Why does it say Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen? So the famous commentary is to tell you that people thought that maybe, he's coming with this negative, with this action because maybe, his family was who knows what at a certain point. But here it says Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen, he's the grandson of Aaron. Aaron was to love peace and ran after peace and tried to make peace. This person also has these characteristics. Just because he did something that took a lot of guts to do, doesn't make him now a negative or a tough or a mean person. The Or HaChaim gives a whole nother pshat, and it's a very, very, very fascinating. He says that we have to know that here the Torah is hinting to us that what Pinchas did, he actually helped out his grandfather, Aaron. Aaron had a little bit of a gray cloud on top of him. Why? Because when it came to the story of the Egel, of the golden calf, he did not stop them. He kind of played politically correct because he saw what happened. He saw that they killed somebody because they were being stopped, and he did not want them to kill him, not just because he was worried about his life, but he knew because he is the high priest, he doesn't want them to kill him, and then there's going to be big problems for the Jews if they kill the high priest. So at the end of the day, Aaron was considered somewhat responsible for not stopping the Jewish people from doing something wrong. And because of him, the people sinned indirectly, but he had somewhat of a connection. And people died because they were punished. Here, what happened was, people also started to die because somebody did something wrong. And Pinchas, because what he did, he saved everybody. Because he took care of the problem, he cleaned it up right away, and everything was stopped after that. So, the Or HaChaim is saying that Pinchas fixed what his grandfather missed out. His grandfather missed out in saving everybody, and Pinchas made up for his grandfather by saving everybody. So this is a beautiful thing. In the beginning, you're saying the reason why they're saying Aaron is to save Pinchas, to show you that Pinchas comes from Aaron. But according to this interpretation, it's the opposite. There is also a value that Pinchas, in a sense, makes up for his grandfather. And this is something which is very interesting, that in every family, when a person does what they have to do, they can help out their relatives, going up and going down. In each way, there is always that the children and grandchildren, and you as a descendant of your parents and grandparents and so on and so forth, when you do a mitzvah, it's not just attributed to you, but it's also attributed to every person in the family in previous generations, that they are kind of feeding off your good deeds. Hashem should help. We should be able to do that. We should be able to live up to our parents, grandparents, and all the previous generations. We should be zeicha to the coming of Mashiach. Well, we'll be reunited with them. B'kara mamish. Let it be so, Bukara Mamish. Amen.